Ghana eye yen ara ya sase eye abodenden ema yen moja ana nanu hwie guye nyade to ho ma yen adrumi ne won soso say baby atoaso nimde intraso nkotokrane ni pesemen kuminya adi embramu dem amanya sase hu do atomu se oman no se ebeye yio oman no se enye yio eye ensena ho se omanfo bra ene kire oman Ghana se ebeye yio oman Ghana se enye yio eye ensena ho se omanfo bra ena ekire. Sixth of March 1957 was a special day in the history of Ghana. It was on that day that Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah addressed a jubilant crowd at the Independence Square in Accra. On that day, Ghana had independence from their colonial masters.
At long last, the battle has ended. And thus, Ghana, your beloved country, is free forever. I want you all, those who have hats on, to take off your hats and let the band play our national anthem. And from now on, that national anthem is the national anthem of the Gogo to be played on all occasions.
Oh, what a great day that day was. The day that Ghana was declared as independent state. It was an emotional night for so many Ghanaians. It was a day of joy. I needed that bang and a chance at the way. Eda a Ghana enya won fa hundie. Sada no eye anije da e ma Ghana fo bebre.
Ghana, we now have freedom. Ghana, land of freedom. Toils of the brave and the sweat of their labors. Toils of the brave which have brought results. Kwame, the star of Ghana. Nkrumah, star of Ghana, everybody toils of the brave and the sweat of their labors, toils of the brave which have brought results.
Continents are very large land masses found on Earth. The Earth has 7 such continents: Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe, and Australia. Asia is the world's largest and most populous continent on Earth. It covers 30% of the Earth's land masses and holds 60% of the world's current human population. Africa is the second largest and also the second most populated continent in the world after Asia, with a population of about 1.2 billion people living in Africa. There are 54 countries in Africa. Ghana is one of the 54 countries in Africa. Ghana is located in the western part of Africa, along the Gulf of Guinea, just a few degrees north of the equator. The Ghana flag was designed to replace the flag of the United Kingdom upon the attainment of independence in 1957. The flag of Ghana was designed by Mrs. Theodosia Oko, who was born on 13th June 1922 and she died on 19th April 2015. The flag of Ghana tells us a lot about Ghana. It tells us the history of our country, Ghana. It tells us what Ghana is made up of. There are 4 colors used in designing the Ghana flag. And friend, I want us to study something about the flag of Ghana. The first color in the Ghana flag is red, which represents the blood of those who died in the country's struggle for independence. The 15th century saw a new type of business known as the slave trade. The Europeans came into Africa, mostly West Africa, to buy slaves, and these slaves were used as workers in coffee, tobacco, cocoa, sugar, cotton plantation, gold and silver mines, construction industries, cutting timbers, and some were used as domestic servants. According to history, more than 11 million men and women were taken as slaves across the Atlantic Ocean to the Western European countries. During this period, there were thousands of Ghanaians that were forced and taken as slaves. These young men loved the nation so much that they were not willing to leave this country. They were taken in chains. They were forced. They left the country with their heart broken because they loved the country so much. Friend, there was a time that Ghanaians were forced before they could go to Europe. There was a time that Ghanaians were not willing to leave this nation to go and work in Europe. There was a time that Ghanaians were willing to fight to protect the name of their country. There was a time that Ghanaians were willing to defend the good name of Mother Ghana. But friend, what do we see now? Now, where is the spirit of patriotism? It is so sad that both young and old have lost the spirit of patriotism. Now we don't care about the nation anymore. There was a time that people fought to gain freedom for this country. There was a time people shed their blood. Yasantua fought and died for the freedom of this nation. So many people lost their life for the freedom of this nation. Friend, if the flag of Ghana was to be designed today, will we get people whose blood will represent the red color of our flag? Yasantua and the rest, they fought and died for the freedom of this nation. They shed their blood for the freedom of this nation. Friend, Yasantua and the rest shed their blood for us to be free. What sacrifices are you also making for Ghana to be a better place? Where is the spirit of patriotism? It is so sad that today Ghanaians are running away from their country. There was a time that we were forced before we could go to Europe, but now we are forcing ourselves to get to Europe. I was so sad when I saw this video. There were some boxes of yam due to be exported to one of the European countries. The airport officials became suspicious because of the weight of one of the boxes. They decided to open it, and friend, this is what came out of the box. Now we are doing everything to get to Europe. We are running away from our motherland. We are forcing ourselves to get to Europe because we don't want our nation, we don't want our country any longer. Friend, where is the spirit of patriotism? Yasantua and the rest, they fought against the British to gain freedom for this country. Now we cannot fight against the British, but we are fighting against poverty. We are fighting against indiscipline. We are fighting against corruption. Friend, will your blood be part of those who will fight for Ghana to gain freedom from poverty, for Ghana to gain freedom from corruption? Yena nanom ayomode onuadofo aduru menu mienu so say ye beye bi ede atoa so. So my Ghana beye yio, so my Ghana enye yio onuadofo ejina menu mienu so. Our forefathers did their best. Friend, now it's left with you and I for us to do our part. Whether this nation will prosper or not, friend, it depends on you and I. Let us do our part to make Ghana a better place. The red in the Ghana flag represents the blood of those who died in the country's struggle for independence. The gold or the yellow represents the rich minerals of this country. Ghana was once known as Gold Coast, the land of gold. God has blessed Ghana so much. The land of Ghana is filled with a lot of rich minerals. We have gold, diamond, manganese, bauxite, oil, and a lot of minerals that are mined in Ghana. When you go to places like Obuasi, Prestia, Takwa, and some other parts of the country, these minerals are mined and exported to other countries. It is sad though that illegal mining, galamsey, is causing a lot of harm to our environment, especially to our forests and our water bodies. Friend, whilst we are enjoying the riches of gold and the other minerals, it is also our responsibility to protect the environment, especially our forests and our water bodies. It is our responsibility to protect the land for the future generations. It is good that now the government is fighting against galamsey. Let us all join hands so that we can protect our environment, we can protect our forests and our water bodies, so that we can preserve our lands for the future generations. Some years ago, Ghana was known as Gold Coast, the land of gold. But the question is, can we still say with confidence that Ghana is still the land of gold? This is the Bank of England, the bullion vault. This is where the nation of England is reserving thousands of gold bars. Friend, I believe most of these gold bars are from Ghana. Most of them are from Africa. And they are reserving these gold bars for future use. It is so sad that for so many years we have been mining gold in Ghana. But the question is, are we reserving some of these gold bars for future use? Will our children and their children come and meet gold in Ghana? It is so sad when you go to most of these European countries, even where they do not mine gold, they are having gold reserves. It is so sad. As a nation, are we reserving some of our gold? Are we reserving some of these minerals? Friend, if care is not taken, there will be a time that Ghana will start importing gold from the European countries. What are we leaving for the future generations? The gold or the yellow represents the country's rich minerals. The green symbolizes the country's rich forest and natural wealth. God has blessed Ghana with fertile land, so we have rich forest, which has trees like odum, wawa, mahogany, and so many other trees. The fertile land of Ghana has also been supporting the growth of cocoa, which has been one of the backbone of Ghana's economy. Ghana is the third largest producer of cocoa in the world. Ghana is the second largest exporter of cocoa beans after Cote d'Ivoire. Cocoa is the most important export crop, which accounts for 8.2% of Ghana's GDP. The fertile land of Ghana does not only support cocoa growth, but it supports a lot of plant growth. For so many years now, a lot of farmers have been enjoying good harvest due to the rich and fertile land that we have in Ghana. It is so sad that today, illegal chainsaw operation is destroying our rich forest. Friend, what are we leaving for the future generations? Will our children come and still meet our rich forests? Friend, it is my wish we do all that we can to protect and to preserve our rich forest for the future generations. For the future generations, the green in the Ghana flag represents the country's rich forest. The black star in the Ghana flag represents African emancipation. Emancipation is the process of giving people social and political freedom and rights. Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah saw the need for Africa to unite.
There is a new African in the world. That new African is ready to fight his own battle and show that after all, the black man is capable of managing the own affairs. This mid-20th century is Africa's. This decade is the decade of African independence. Forward then to independence. To independence now. Tomorrow, the United States of Africa. Our objective is African Union now. There is no time to waste. We must unite or we perish. I am confident that by our concerted effort,
on the eve of independence and on several occasions, Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah talked about the new Africa, the African independence. The black star in the Ghana flag represents African emancipation, African freedom, African unity, the independence of Africa. Friend, it is my wish and it is my prayer that we will be able to do all that we can to help build a better Ghana. May God continue to bless our homeland Ghana. May He bless the president of this nation. May He bless all the members of parliament. May God bless every good citizen of this nation. May the good Lord continue to be with you till we meet again in Jesus' mighty name. Amen.